Blackbull is back. On today's episode, we have Tave from Onyx, automotive entrepreneur, businessman. Welcome to Blackbull, brother.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you for coming. I want us to take us all the way from the beginning. How did you start it in the automotive industry?
I started very small.
You start with the mobile detailing, like I remember, and from my researches.
Yeah, so originally how I got into it was pretty much like a side thing. After high school, I went to trade school. I thought I wanted to own my own electrical contracting company. That was my whole thing I had going on. And I was working on cars on the side. So
yeah,
I'd say it started very small and then kind of just built up little by little.
But you have the passion for the cars too.
Right. I mean, I've always been a big car fan since a kid. Pretty much anything with a motor, motorcycles, cars, all that stuff. I've always loved it. I remember when I was in high school, I was trying to wrap my car in my driveway in the winter. It didn't work out too well, but yeah, in the winter, the wrap's cracking and peeling. But yeah, man, it's very, very humble beginnings. I started with very little, but I always knew that I kind of would rather start like that, just for the sake of, learning all of the fundamentals.
Yeah.
It definitely gives you an advantage when you start on first base rather than second base, because you're going to end up missing a lot of the steps.
Yep.
And a lot of the little stuff that you need to know in the beginning that's going to carry you forward.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, started very small and just one step at a time.
And now you have a big location, man.
Yeah, so
employees too?
Yeah, there's 9 of us total, including myself. We have a 9,000 square foot facility now.
Nice.
So it's very cool. Actually, the first shop that I ever had, it was a small one-bay garage at a gas station in North Brunswick. So I rented that. It was about $700 a month.
Yeah.
Literally enough space for one car. So, to go from that to, having something like this it's amazing. Sometimes I forget like how far we've actually came. But then sometimes I'll sit there and I'll just, look through all of the thousands of cars that we've done, because I take a million photos. If people know me, I take pictures all day, every day.
You're active on social media. That's good.
I try to be. Yeah, I try to be. You have to be active. You have to, keep people engaged and, keep people watching, which is the whole idea,
I see you getting a lot of trucks with full Lamborghinis, man. They send them directly to you to wrap them?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely wouldn't say that happens every day. That was actually pretty cool. There was a rally going on in Miami with a bunch of people that I know. So they sent all the cars up here.
Yeah.
Afterwards,
which rally was it?
R2R. So it's called Rally to Race.
Word.
So it's pretty much a bunch of guys from New York, New Jersey. Like I said, they all have really cool cars. They all like cars. A lot of them are entrepreneurs, business owners, very good people.
Yeah.
They were down there. They had their fun, and then the cars come back here to get some love. So yeah, that truck dropped off quite a few toys. It was pretty cool.
And then the RV, I saw it, man. You did crazy job on the RV.
That RV was probably the largest project we've done. But we did it in record time too, because that thing had to go to Daytona. It was a motocross RV.
I'll ask you for that. Don't tell me anymore.
Okay.
I wanted to ask you, what's some of the most challenging or unique project what you worked on?
I mean, challenging, I would definitely say some of the exotic cars. We've done, for example, like if you're familiar with Lamborghini's Aventador SV Roadster, it's a ridiculous looking car. So that car we did like a full makeover on. I mean, the wheels, custom brake calipers, full wrap, paint protection film, window tints. And anybody who does this kind of stuff, they'll know you have to disassemble the whole car.
Oh my gosh.
So, taking apart a $600,000 car, some of the stuff, there's no instructions for this. It's not readily available. Lamborghini doesn't want you to know how to do some of this stuff. So it's just, it takes a lot of patience, just figuring things out. But like I said, we didn't jump to just doing this. We started off, very small.
Little.
Right. Wrapping $500 cars and $1,000 cars that are coming from the auction and whatnot. So you definitely gotta know what you're doing and start with the basics before you jump to something like that.
Because a little fuck up can cost a lot.
Right, and that's the thing. A lot of people they don't really get why some projects would cost as much as they do, but you also got to think, the risk involved. A car like that, something goes bad. We're liable to pay for it, which we will, and
I know
little
for a
things
fact
have
the insurance policy. probably nuts.
Yeah, so we want to make sure that we're covered in the event if anything bad happens. Thank God, all of our guys, they're very careful. They're always, double checking everything. Sure. Right. We try to make sure that we avoid any stupid mishaps that we can. Of course, you'd never get everything, but what you can, try to avoid.
That's good.
Yeah.
Was there ever a client that you were like, all right, we really cannot mess up this car? Obviously, you can't mess up any car, but like, was there ever one where you're like, all right, guys, let's make sure we get this right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we just had a car that left a few days ago. That was probably one of the most expensive cars that we've ever worked on. It was a 2020 Aventador SVJ Roadster. Ridiculous spec. That car sold for $1 million.
Damn.
That's why I wanted to ask you too. Are you an SV guy or SVJ guy? That's a big debate in the Lambo community.
I mean, it is a big debate. They're both cool cars. I mean, we actually have one of each in the shop right now. It's kind of funny that you mentioned that, but I like the SV.
Some people say the SVJ is like the little brother to the SV.
Well, the SVJ is supposed to be like the big brother to the SV.
But I think the other way around.
Right. I think that Lamborghini wanted to top the SV with the SVJ. I mean, they're both amazing cars. I think it just comes down to opinion.
Yeah.
They're both going to do the same thing. They're both going to turn heads. They're both ridiculous, V12, but it's just preference. I mean, the newer ones are cooler because they're a little more updated and you get a little more practicality out of it. As ironic as that sounds, because it's not supposed to be practical, right?
And I see Ferrari came with a SUV now.
Yeah, the Ferrari SUV looks pretty cool.
$320K starting price. That's crazy.
It is very cool. I mean, that car
sell too.
That one has a V12, so that's going to be different because there's no other SUVs that have a V12 like that. I think Lamborghini's not going to be too happy, but it's always good to have some kind of competition,
It's good that they did it.
Right?
I think it'll sell because it's just like the demand in the exotic SUV game. Yeah, and it's a Ferrari.
It's Ferrari. They'll sell almost anything.
I haven't seen a Pro-Song in person yet, but from what I've seen, I like the Urus better. I think they tried a little too hard with the Purse. Like they had to make an SUV. Like I could see why Ferrari made an SUV, but I think they tried a little too hard.
I read somewhere a while ago that said Ferrari. Somebody from Ferrari said that they would never make an SUV.
Yeah.
Because Enzo Ferrari would turn over in his grave.
Yeah.
I guess the demand in that market was just too strong. They couldn't resist.
Yep. What is the future of the wrap industry look like? Like I see Tesla now are doing like directly wrap cars, like from the manufacturer or something.
I mean, when it comes to the car industry, I think there's a lot that's going to change over the next couple of years.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, we're seeing a lot of EVs coming to the market. A lot of manufacturers are starting to make EVs. It seems like the new trend. I think it's going to limit the performance market. All the aftermarket performance stuff that goes on with cars. In terms of wrapping and cosmetics, I don't think that's going to change much. I think there's still going to be a very high demand. Just because, when it comes to people who really like their cars and they're into cars, they want to be different.
Yep.
So they want to make their car, represent them. So sometimes buying a car straight off the showroom or whatever options the manufacturer will offer is just not really enough to make it stand out. So people are always going to want to do these little modifications.
Oh, that's for sure.
Color changing and rims and tinting and stuff like that. I think that's really not going anywhere.
Yeah, and what I heard, Ford, they're going to do it only black and white, and then they're going to send it to make a contractors to just wrap it whatever color you like.
Yeah, no problem. Tell Ford to
That's
reach
going to be
out to us.
a
We'll do
good
it.
one too.
Not a problem. I'm cool with that.
What are some of the things that you feel like you've had to adapt to already in the industry since you first started?
I would say probably just learning new things. Every day you have to adapt a little more to your surroundings, of course. And that's with any business, but specifically our business, the automotive business, it seems like every week there's new wraps available, there's new products. People are, making colored PPFs and all kinds of crazy stuff now, colored tints.
Yeah.
I would say it's just trying to keep up with all the new stuff that's that's coming out, and just making sure that we stay on top of everything, and we're knowledgeable on this stuff, because when people call us and they ask about it, say, hey, I saw this new product, this and that, we don't want to be the people to be like, hey, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We want to be able to give them some kind of information. So we gotta do a lot of homework on stuff just to make sure that we have all the answers.
Yep.
Can you go into some of the marketing and branding strategies that you use for your company? What do you feel like works the most?
Yeah, I mean, from the jump, for me, it's always been about branding. With anything that you do, any business you have, branding is key. I mean, if you look at our socials, if you look at our website, if you come to our shop, you'll notice that everything, it's always super organized. And like, I'm very critical with certain things. Like if we're posting content on Instagram and stuff, I like it to look uniform. Like if you go through our page, we have almost 4,000 posts. We've done way more cars than that.
Yeah.
Obviously we don't get to post every one.
But you like your content to match around the
right. You wanna have like an essence to your brand where people will see a piece of content and they'll recognize that.
Yep.
Like that's what you guys have with the podcast. Like if you're just scrolling and you catch a clip real quick, you'll know, okay, Blackbull, because you see all the the surroundings.
We're trying to be a little bit different than somebody else.
The text that you guys use in the videos, it's all about branding. So it's like with branding, it comes down to repetition. You have to just keep doing the same things over and over and over, and you have to have consistency. I think that's very important.
Key. Yep. What is your opinion on prices versus quality? Because when you have customers, they don't understand they're like, oh, I found a cheaper deal, and then you're like explaining to him why your price is a little bit more higher.
Well, it just comes down to doing the best work that we can.
Yeah.
You got to understand that products are different from services. So, if you're buying a product, typically you're not going to ask for any wiggle room or try to negotiate on the price, because a product typically has a set price, and, the company needs to meet that price to, have the proper margins. So with a service-based business, I feel like people will like to, try to, knock you down a little bit. Oh, come on, can you do a little bit better? But it just comes down to, and, we try to work with everybody as best as we can. But, in order for us to have the quality that we do and to produce the quality that we do, it's important that we have to charge, said prices, because you have to understand, like, we have to invest in a top-notch facility. We have to invest in, our employees who are trained properly, and, they're very knowledgeable and they're super skilled and they're all great. We don't have any kind of bottom of the barrel installers or anything. All the guys that we have with us, they're,
and that matters too, to have a good team around you.
That matters. You might be able to go somewhere and get it done for a cheaper price, but let's say something happens. How quick is that company gonna help you fix an issue if you do have an issue? Because we're the type of people where, let's say something goes out, a project goes out, and there's an issue with it, which rarely happens, but it does happen because we're human at the end of the day. We're the people who want to jump on it ASAP and fix it and make it right. Yeah. So, when you pay a premium, usually, the business is more willing to help you if you ever have any issues, if you have any questions, concerns. Like, we're always there for our customers. Customer service is huge to me. I feel like that's probably number one make or break for small businesses is customer service.
Yeah. Agreed. Especially
that's important. Yep.
For sure. Especially, I think most new businesses overlook that.
Right.
I think there's been a little bit of like an overcorrection. Because back in the day, it used to be the customer's always right.
100%.
And that's not. I mean, that's true. It's true. If you're a business owner, that's true.
Right.
And I think people have gotten I don't want to say stubborn, because things change, the world evolves. But I think customer service is overlooked a lot nowadays, and it's extremely important, especially when you are a small-time business, more of a boutique type place.
Yep.
100%. And I think with the younger generation, the 20 to 30-year-olds, I feel like they have this sense of entitlement where it's just like, no, I don't have to go out of my way and do shit for people. But at the end of the day, like I said, customer service is everything. So, if you're the type of person where if a customer needs something or a good client of yours needs something and they call you on a Sunday or a Saturday, sometimes you just have to drop what you're doing and just help them. Of course, you can just say, no, I can't do it right now. It's not my priority. But at the end of the day, like, you know, you gotta.
Yeah, I'm trying
not
to use Snow that much.
Exactly.
You gotta help the people that help you. So that's very important.
It's 10 times more expensive to sign on a new client than it is to keep an old one. So return customers are the biggest, most important key to your business.
Absolutely. And I feel like when you have, you know, a business that you really care about and that you're super passionate about, you want these people to keep coming to you because, you know, you actually care about them because they care about you and what you're doing. So it's like a circle, you know, one hand washes the other. You guys take care of each other. They continue their loyalty to you and your business. And on the other hand, you take care of them as a client, make sure that, you know, they're happy and they're good, satisfied with your services.
What is the most expensive car wrap you did?
I'd say it probably had to be a purple Lambo that we did. That job was super crazy. And we had a crazy deadline because the car had to get shipped to Miami. Mm-hmm. That job, with all the material, everything, that job was close to $20,000.
Sheesh.
But definitely a lot of hours on that project for sure.
I believe it.
We had all hands on deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the fastest time you guys wrap a car?
I mean, we've done like Teslas in a day, like one day. But those cars are pretty simple. They're not too complex.
Do you need to take out everything on Tesla or?
So typically the Teslas, there's very minimal disassembly and reassembly. They're pretty straightforward. Tesla makes them, so they're very easy to work on, which is cool because I don't mind working on Teslas at all. I know my guys don't mind working on Teslas either. But I'd say the fastest job that we've got done that I was actually really surprised about was that RV that we wrapped with the full custom graphic kit.
Recent, right?
Yeah, so that job was crazy because an RV is massive. It's huge. Like wrapping a house, and this one had a bedroom, a kitchen, a bathroom, a garage in the back. So this was not like a small RV. It was massive. We knocked that one out in 2.5 days.
Damn. That's fast.
Yeah, it's fast given the size of it, for sure.
Did you guys do anything inside too, or no, just outside?
No, just the whole exterior, full custom wrap, like literally top to bottom, everything. And those are tricky because everything is printed, and you only have the material that has to go on the truck. There's no extra. So if you fuck something up, you're done. You know what I mean? So there's no room for errors on those. But yeah, we knocked that one out pretty quick.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that was a cool project.
What do you enjoy most about, you know, your business? What keeps you motivated?
I would say passion is important, you know, when you have a business, because if you don't love what you do, when times get tough, which they do at some point or another with every business, because it's always up and down. It's never a constant.
It's like the market, upward. Man, like how you explain it.
Right. It's literally like the market. It's up and down. Just like every day, you're gonna have some good days. You're gonna have some bad days. I would say passion is what, you know, keeps me going, because I really care about what I do. At the end of the day, you know, we're in business to make money, just like everybody else. But you know, when the money starts to slow down, if you don't have passion there, it's very easy to throw in the towel and just say, I'm done, I quit, I'm gonna try something else. And then you find yourself just, you know, jumping from one thing to another. So I'd say find something that you're passionate about, something that you really love, and you know, just stick with that. Yeah, be consistent with it.
Yep. Are you guys doing any classes or planning on doing it for rapping?
Yeah, so we haven't had any classes yet, but I believe that we are gonna set something up for this summer. I don't have all the details on it yet. We haven't put everything together, but something.
There's people interested for sure.
There's definitely a lot of people interested. We've had a lot of people reach out to us and, you know, ask us if we were doing any kind of training courses or classes. I think it's definitely something that we're gonna do, just because I think it's beneficial to, you know, teach people these things if they want to learn it, because there's really no school or something that you can go to. I mean, there are other companies in the industry that do host classes and whatnot, but you know, for people in this area, I'm just like, you know, if you want to learn how to do this stuff, why not? We'll teach you. We'll show you how to do it the right way, because at the end of the day, I'd rather have, you know, other people doing their thing out there, but doing it the right way versus, you know, somebody else showing them the improper ways to do it. Yep.
Are you planning on staying with cars only? Because I saw about a video, I think documentary or something. People are wrapping buildings now. They're wrapping everything.
It's funny you say that. We're actually working on a project right now. I can't say what it is or where it is, but it is a commercial space. It's a massive interior project that we're doing. They decided that they didn't want to do any kind of painting on the inside of the building.
Fully wrapped.
They actually want to wrap
Damn.
pretty much all the walls. So it's a massive project. And we'll be posting it once it's done, once
Nice.
everything
Can't
is
wait to
all
see it,
finished
man.
and it's all clear. But yeah, I think there's definitely a lot of opportunity in commercial wrapping and whatnot.
Yeah.
We actually just did custom graphics for a dispensary in New Brunswick. So the whole storefront, we wrapped the whole front of it, all the windows and all the doors with custom graphics for their business.
Nice.
So it's really cool to do something else besides cars. There's
That's
a lot
sick.
you can do with wrapping.
Yep.
Believe it or not, there's a lot.
What's your dream? What do you wanna wrap? I heard somebody said airplane. I wanna see your opinion.
Yeah. To be honest, I mean, I would probably say something crazy like that. Maybe like a jet or like a
jet,
helicopter or
yeah.
something.
That'd be dope.
I mean, there's crazy cars out there. You know, Bugattis and Koenigseggs,
Yep.
Paganis. Like, you know, you're talking 4 or 5 million. That's cool, but to me, that's just like the amount of risk involved in doing one of those cars is crazy. I would suggest probably not even messing with it. But I
Yeah.
think something that would be really cool would be wrapping like an airplane.
That's gonna be a crazy project.
Yeah, like Drake's plane.
A
Yeah.
matte black airplane would be dope.
That'd be pretty cool.
Matte black airplane.
Yeah, and Air Drake
Invisible
is
at
good
night.
too. The Drake plane, bro.
Yeah,
Fucking crazy.
That's a sick plane.
Do you have anything specific what you wrap? Something crazy, like small?
No, not really, man. I mean, we've done cars, motorcycles, jet skis, boats.
Do you do motorcycles?
Yeah, we do bike wraps. Not very often, but
Yeah.
we do get requests to do bikes. Besides that, I mean, I haven't really wrapped anything crazy. I can't really say.
I know
No,
definitely bring you
like
my
strange
Yep.
objects. Like I saw some guy wrapping a sink the other day. I thought that was kind of crazy.
Imagine, can you come wrap my sink? in the
Yeah,
toilet? That's crazy.
I've seen somebody wrap a toilet. It's pretty nuts. Can't say
Damn.
I've done it, but
I think Pablo Escobar was famous. He had like some crazy toilet delivered. Remember when he had it? He built
The
his
gold
own
one?
prison.
solid gold.
Yeah. Crazy.
I don't think that was a wrap. That was gold, bro.
He ordered the toilet solid gold and said it wasn't heavy enough. Make it heavier.
And I think that was one of the things that like ended up getting one of his people caught was because like it was that toilet was like the center of something.
That's
Pretty
crazy. I don't doubt that.
Yep. Any future plans? You say working on that. We're not gonna share more details, but let the listeners know where you're located.
Yeah, so we're located in Freehold, New Jersey. You can check out onyxnj.com. Our address, all the information you need to reach us is there. You can check us out on IG at onyxnj. So yeah, we're here based in Central Jersey.
Perfect. Yeah, and
For now.
if you guys say you saw on Blackbull, you get 50% off. I'm kidding. No,
We'll do
that's
something.
gonna be too
We'll do
much. Yeah,
Mention Blackbull Podcast. I'll give you a little something extra. on the
little
side.
discount.
I got
Don't
you.
ask for too much.
Yeah, not too much.
Well, thank you for coming, brother.
Thank you, brother. I
Wish you all the
appreciate you
best.
guys having me. Thank you.
And I'll see you in the store. We're definitely gonna stop by, do some shots, some little vlog and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe
See
we'll
the
do
process.
maybe we could do a podcast one day with some cars.
That's perfect.
right?
Dope.
Set everything
Definitely.
up and have the cars in the background. I think that'd be really cool.
Yep, perfect.
For sure.
Thank you for watching, guys. We're gonna have all the links in the description. Make sure you follow, and I'll see you next time. Peace. Blackbull.